Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Design. I am back with a darling kit called High End from DEK Designs. I spent this morning videoing, I don't know, 5 videos on a camera that went kerplooey. So I've been trying to salvage, what was lost, and I haven't been able to salvage it. But I did plan with y'all, so I thought I would at least show you what I did. It is a really beautiful, beautiful kit by DEK. So this week, I had not planned yet anything in any planner because we were out of town last week. That kind of got carried over until today. So today is Friday, but I thought I would go ahead and fill back in this last week and then go back and record what happened within the garden. So isn't that a gorgeous, gorgeous kit? So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to plan next week. So hang with me. I think, even though we'll be in the next month, I think I'm going to just go ahead and plan here. And I think I'm going to use the rest of this gorgeous kit. So let me see. I may need to readjust you guys because I adjusted a lot, but not everything when I just brought my camera back up. Let's hope this works. If it doesn't, oh my goodness, guys, hang with me. I'm ready to go out and just buy a whole new setup. I'm the stand, and when we move out to the cottage, this weekend we move the dining room out, and then we go through all of this in here, and then we move that out. And we're also setting up our new camper. So what I was sharing with you in all the videos is where we've been. So where we have been is camping. We stayed in a place in Wimberley, Texas that I believe it's called Getaway. And they're these little mini houses, it's like camping, but, with AC and a bathroom and all that. So it was very, very nice. We always camped with our kids when they were little, so we have a long history of camping, and so we really enjoyed that. It was very small, and even my husband said, wow, this is tight, so, and it was. Comparatively, it was tight. But it was very beautiful. We had absolutely no internet, no cell service, nothing. What do you do when you work online? So anyways, my husband had taken the week off, so he wasn't feeling too crazy. But it was different. It was very different. So I've used all of this, and then I just have these left here. But we loved it. It was really fun. So we did that, I think it was Monday through Wednesday, something like that. It's a blur. And then we went and came home, spent one night, repacked up, and then we went to Port Lavaca, Texas. I've never been to Port Lavaca. I grew up in Corpus Christi, so that was the beach of choice for me. Rockport, Corpus beaches, and well, I'm gonna tell you, I loved it. I think I'm gonna save these. I loved it. We both just were like, wow. So number one, Port Lavaca is about the size of our small town, so that's a winner. We really, really liked that. Number two, the people were amazing. We had people that kindly, I called to ask, there's a place, they had a campground, and I called to ask questions, and they were very sweet to us. They let my husband and my daughter fish, and it was just amazing. And long story short, because we were going to camp there, it got us back in that camping mode. And so then we started looking at, can we get a camper and just park it down there and leave it there? And that's what we were talking to the manager about. And yes, we can. But then the camper pursuit began. So my husband started looking on Craigslist. I was totally fine with that. Yeah, Craigslist, that's totally great. And then he came up with a camper. So we literally, the day we were checking out of the VRBO, and by the way, no internet, no cell service, very little cell service. They did have cable, which was, kid watch things on cable, but the cable was really weird. Anyways, I'm just gonna say I don't understand cable anymore. It just seems like it just gets very odd. We ended up just watching like Home and Garden, which is really all we really watch. History Channel, but there was no History Channel. Home and Garden Network, yes. We don't like all the shows. We'll watch some. And anyways, and then we saw they had some movies. We watched some movies. But anyway, so it was a very nice home. It was a 3-bedroom home. It was so lovely. We were very, very happy with the quality of it. And it was big, and it was so much nice after being in such a tiny little cabin. So, anyways, then before we even leave, my husband's calling about this camper. He's having me call. And so I call, and they already had somebody lined up to look at it. And I said, well, could we be your next person? And he said, yes, but we'll do it the next day. So one man was going on Sunday, and then we would go on Monday. So first thing Monday morning, we are off looking at this camper, my husband and I. And it was nice. It was very, very nice. It's a motorhome, so we've never bought a motorhome. We've always had, campers that you pull with the truck. And I had been looking at Class C campers, which are the smaller ones, for some different reasons. And then my husband found this Class A. I had really made up my mind what Class C I wanted. And so I was a hard sell. So my husband then looked at these Class A motorhomes, and we just both said, yeah, this is really nice. Unfortunately, this sweet lady's husband had passed away, and she had a gentleman who was kind of being her broker for her, and her representative. And so we went out. I literally took my checkbook and we wrote a check. And we said, if this man doesn't answer you, we're giving you a check in good faith. And we are I think we said that before we even went out. And then we got there and we said we loved it. The man said the man hasn't called me back. It was really, there's like 3 steps to get in and 3 steps once you're in the camper. My knees were killing me. And I don't know how that's going to work. But so then so we did all of that, and that was fun, and it was really beautiful. And then we get it home, and then we start working on it. And in order to even get it on the property, we have to cut trees down. We have to do all these things. Yes, you heard me. Cut trees down. It's so big, it would not even come through the gate on our property. And we thought we were going to take it out into the pasture, which I did not want it there. God was very good. And so my husband had to trim trees to get them in. And honestly, they needed to be trimmed, between you and me and the lamppost. He ended up putting them in piles for chippers. So our town will chip wood, which is fantastic because we can use that in our gardens and our different areas. And then he also took what was left in usable wood, he cut up for firewood, so nothing goes to waste. Now, I asked my husband, I said, can we burn that? And he goes, well, we are. I said, is it good to burn? He goes, I don't know, so we'll see what happens. But, I mean, we're so thankful. We're so thankful to not only have this wood, but to have this camper. And we can also take that wood camping. I asked my husband, I said, can we take that camping? And he goes, I don't know, it's pretty heavy, but this is a huge camper. And so with tons and tons and tons and tons of storage. So I literally get to take big, massive boxes of crafting when we go because we have room for it. We never did in our other camper. It was so tiny. I mean, I would take things and go into the, some campgrounds have what they call the recreational room, for everybody to use. And we would go to campgrounds that nobody ever used them. And so I would be there by myself and I would just be, scrapbooking away and had a great time. So definitely going to be doing that. I will also be taking and these are also some of the extra add-ons to this kit. This is high-end. It's gorgeous. I don't know if this is still available, but it is a gorgeous kit. But you can go to dekdesigns.com. It's listed below, and you can look. There's also a discount code and a code for a freebie sheet that looks like that. Anyway, so I probably will take a table, and I will probably just craft either outside on a table under the awning. There's several awnings. Or I will go into a rec room or whatever we have, but I don't want to limit myself. I kind of want to just enjoy it and just do all the good stuff. So anyways, but we really were surprised we did it. My husband is working on the different things that have to be fixed, and the camper was completely filled from the last camp trip. So for the people, they did, at first she said, oh no, we're going to leave everything. You can just have it as is. Because they have a home in the Central Texas area, a home in Arizona, and then this camper. So we were kind of excited thinking, okay, well, we'll get rid of what we don't want. And then what we do want, that's going to be fantastic. We don't have to redo it. So we show up to pick up the camper. And really, just the lady's very lovely. And she was there with her friends. And her friends and her cleaned out the camper. And I got to tell you, there's some stuff. And she didn't take everything, which was really weird. She left like some medicine in the fridge, and it's kind of gross. But anyways, so she and her friends came, and there were tons of appliances, and they came and took all that, which of course it was her stuff. They could do whatever they wanted with it. But when we first saw it, we were like, yeah, that's fantastic. There's a coffee maker. There's this, there's that, those kind of conversations. Wow, we are so blessed. Well, that all got taken out. So, but all the stinky spices are gone, things like that, which I was just really kind of grossed out by all that. She didn't take the linens, and there's some other things. I've cleaned out the kitchen area. I have not gotten into the pantry because we couldn't figure out the lighting yet. My husband finally figured that out. We took the camper night before last and went and gassed it all up, which means that will give enough gas to the generator, and we can run the generator, and I can work in it and not just be sweltering. But we did empty out almost all the kitchen drawers and, filled a bag for Goodwill, filled a small box, brought it in to wash out some of the stuff. I have to be honest, some of that I'm going to sell on Etsy because there were some vintage glasses that were beautiful that I don't need. And unless my daughter wants them, I'm just going to sell them. And then we have some things that I'll wash and put back in, but not very much at all. There's like a couple of baskets for organization. She took all of that out, which is totally great. That was hers. But it left me having to buy things. So we ran over to Dollar Tree yesterday. And, the great thing about Dollar Tree is you come out with like 10 bags and you spent like $50. It's just nothing, If you did it anywhere else, so they had a whole bunch of like barbecue things and, stuff like that. Because I ordered a Korean barbecue grill. And it can be used as like a fire pit, or it can be used like a grill. And so I ordered that. And anyway, so we got all that. And then I ordered a, what do you call it? A window, like sunshade kind of thing. So hot in there. That came, but my husband had moved it. So guess what I'll be doing tomorrow? Or today, I'll be finding that shade and we'll be putting that in. Okay, this is August, so we do have 31 days in August, right? Isn't that right? Okay, have my phone there. Hold on, let me grab a planner real quick. How many days do we have in August? I do believe it's 31. I'm so tired, guys. It feels like we were living on the road. We were gone nonstop, and we were. And also, no, 30 days in August. Okay, I'm glad I looked. And then we started cleaning things out and just even having to cut limbs and oh my goodness. And then I was moving the vehicles around and I parked the truck over a ditch and wasn't really paying attention. And I bit it with my knee that wasn't as bad as the other knee. So by yesterday I could barely walk. But I did make it into Walmart. We did get some things for the camper. We had already done one trip to Camping World before we bought it and bought a few things. And we bought sheet sets that were on sale. And we bought 2 sheet sets, deep pocket, gorgeous sheet sets. You got to be kidding me. Oh, no. Am I not recording?